First flight down, onto our second flight and then our third flight. Johnny wants to go to McDonald's in Dubai. I don't know why on earth he wants to do that. It's such a filthy choice, mate. So much other great food around here. We are in Royal Dubai. No, we're not Dubai. Where are we?
Brunei.
Royal Brunei. We're in Brunei now. I'm sorry for the earlier confusion when I said it was Royal Dubai. That's because I've been flying forever. We met a really nice guy. He did a really cool thing with his tattoos where he had outlines done so his little girl could colour them in. And I thought, what a great idea for Johnny.
My name is Dorje Chapman. I am the designer for Chapman Guitars, and I create all the specifications for all the guitars, coordinate all the ideas coming in from the public, from Rob, from Lee, Rabea, from the guitar techs, and trying to assimilate it into some sort of coordinated effort to create a guitar. And a big part of my job is actually to try and effectively communicate it with the factories so that they understand what we want very clearly.
Toilet, always useful. Hot and cold running salt and pepper for the bathroom. Really nice sink. A lizard followed me to my room and is just above the front door waiting for me. Good morning, YouTube. Well, this is a goddamn beautiful hotel. Feels like walking through a bath. Oh, God. Here, Paul, dude. I get for breakfast when I'm in Indonesia. Not a bad view.
Just about to head to the factory in Indonesia and see the new standard range guitars. Rob is over there in the background doing what he does best.
Who wouldn't want red curry, nasi goreng and rice for breakfast? Okay, let's do what's in Chapper's bag. Power changer, power supply, 30-ball cable, Captain Lee Anderton's personal Yamaha amplifier that fits perfectly into this bag. If that isn't a sight for sore eyes, then probably something else is. So beautiful.
It's a volcano.
Yeah. No, I just saw the volcano.
This one is a volcano.
That's insane. Ghostrat standard, hot off the line, being worked and made entirely by hand in Indonesia. I have tried to break down some of that etiquette while I've been here and just say, you know, my name is Rob, what's your name? And just make friends with the people that work for me. And in particular the people that are at the end of the line who I have more of an affiliation with because they do, I suppose, a job that I'm more familiar with, which is the end, like testing the guitars, which obviously is what I've done with Andertons for years and years and years. It's a really rewarding experience to come to a completely foreign country, meet people who are enthused and passionate and produce mega high quality products that I'm incredibly proud of, and it's becoming a part of my family heritage, and just for me it's just a great experience.
A lot of the case products are made by committee, or they're created by the ego of one individual. With Chapman Guitars there is no place for an individual to have a big ego and to dominate other opinions. It's absolutely democratic.
So hot, I'm just gonna die. In here they're drying all the fingerboards. You can see it's a metal room. where it's already incredibly hot. I'm basically in an oven. This is Makassar ebony. That's beautiful. To be honest, I really wasn't expecting to come to Indonesia. This was kind of a last minute thing for me. I've just had a baby. Theo is 10 weeks old. And so really and truthfully, the last thing I kind of wanted to do was to leave England and leave Theo and my wife behind and then come to a foreign country full of spiders and snakes. But I knew that we needed someone here that could play and that had the experience set that I come with. And poor Johnny and Matt have done so much travelling recently for Chapman Guitars. I kind of felt like I owed them a duty to come and give Matt at least a bit of a travelling break.
I am staggered by the craftsmanship of the workers in Indonesia. I absolutely didn't expect it. They're handmade, and people are experts at their station, focusing on one particular aspect of the guitar, and they become extremely good at it. And they take instruction very well. So with the guidance of the guys, the experts that run the Korean production line, they can do whatever you want. So when we first picked up the first production models, they are consistently excellent. In fact, I would challenge anybody to tell me that they were made in Indonesia. They're way above expectation.
To be honest, it's kind of broken a lot of my expectations. I mean, I knew that Indonesian manufacturing was good. I know this because I've tested, tens of hundreds of guitars from all over the world: China, Indonesia, Japan. Corp, Fujigen, WMI, all the different factories. And there is a brand that I have a lot of respect for called Faith Acoustic Guitars, and they manufacture in Indonesia. And so I had always been interested in the local sourced Indonesian timbers, woods. I now know there are lots of really good indigenous species of lumber in Indonesia. Yeah, so my expectations have been kind of blown away, because although I knew they made good guitars in Indonesia, I didn't really expect there to be as much experience. And so what I'm finding is that if and when I find little problems, they immediately resolve it without kind of any hesitation. They don't have to kind of work it out. It's just something that's slipped through. And that's really a relieving experience. Wow, that was quick. Yeah. Attitude Black. That's our car, bro. What's up? Lunchtime.
Okay.
The food is delicious. I'm a big fan of satay sauce and gado-gado and nasi goreng, all this kind of. I just love Asian foods, so for me it's kind of right up my alley.
엔젤 거 비즈니스 클럽이고
어제는 이게 삶는 거 말고
Is it good? Very good. So by the way, the Indonesian factory is owned and run by World Musical Instruments from Korea. There are Koreans resident at the factory 24/7. They bring a wealth of knowledge, more than 25 years experience in manufacturing guitars for all sorts of brands, way bigger than Chapman Guitars.
What is so exciting for me is that it's a truly 21st century company. The marketing of the company is generated through social media. It's got an instant and direct connection with its customers and its fan base. It is not driven by the idea of amassing a lot of money and capital, and instead it just wants to create honest, great products that people love. And everybody that works in it seems to share the same philosophy, to the point that when I first went to the crane factory, they have a similar philosophy. They're not driven purely by profit, they're driven by doing a great job consistently for the long term and having customers on a long-term basis.
It's like 3 a.m. and there's something outside my door making the weirdest noise. You don't even want to Google dangerous animals in Indonesia because it's a wrong one. It sounds like a monkey or a parrot or I don't know. It's keeping me awake and it's a bit freaky. Chapper's out.
Panel.
I know. But I'm very impressed. I had no idea.
I come from a design background in many fields and many industries, from product design, furniture design, worked with wood quite a lot, done a lot of graphic design, websites, things like that. My son is a drummer, and he brought his friends to our house, and they're all guitar players and singers and musicians, and I felt like I need to be part of that. So I started learning guitar, and that's where it all started. It's more than just a thing, an object, and in fact that is why I really liked the idea of working with Chapman Guitars, because I'm used to working with objects and products that are just that. They're just products, and there's not a lot of emotional connection with the product necessarily. And a musical instrument, particularly a guitar, transcends just the object and is much more to people. Rob brings the figurehead to the factory, so he's bringing his ethos, his philosophy, his energy to the factory managers, and that is digested by them and that's passed on to the workers, and making sure every guitar is playing as it should. And it was funny watching him over the last 4 days and be totally surprised and shocked at the quality of the instrument.
First time I'm trying an L3 Tradish through Chapman's amplifier. Quite excited about that. Working with Johnny is an absolute kind of breath of fresh air. I mean, I've known Johnny for quite a while now, but I don't really get the opportunity to spend, days and days and days with him. He lives in Ireland, as you can probably tell, and I live in Brighton in England, and he does just the best job. He's the best person. He's great. He's really warm and friendly. He's a dad. He's got a lovely kid called Ben. He's a musician, plays drums. He's still a musician even though he plays drums. And hi Ben. And the things about Johnny that make him a unique individual and perfect for the job that he does at Chapman Guitars are that he has a mega eye for detail, and he doesn't really adhere to the customary line. He's done some really high-end work, and we are very fortunate to have him working with us. Yeah, that's great. Go like trees, volcano, volcano. Wow, it's like. What I'm loving the most about the standard range Chapman guitars is that you pick them up and you forget it's a standard affordable range Chapman guitar. They play really nicely. They feel like a pro guitar. It's, I mean, almost to the, not to the detriment of the pro line, but they just play great. And I'm loving feeling the necks all smooth, the woods look beautiful. We're using new woods for the fretboard, a new kind of mahogany for the body, and just the materials are really good. The craftsmanship going into them is fantastic. I've played so many guitars since I've been here, my fingers are absolutely killing me. And some of them are just, I mean, they're just ridiculous. I wanted to mark them and take them home, but I cannot do that. That's a great guitar. That's really good. Good, thank you. Thank you. I love the way that the team at Chapman Guitars are settling down into roles that fit and work for them. And I mean, we are a stupid bunch of people. We don't take ourselves very seriously, we don't take life very seriously. We take guitars very seriously, music very seriously. I mean, we're all musicians, but I'm loving watching it all settle and build these foundations, and you know, gradually looking for an HQ and taking on more staff, and it becoming a real, genuine, serious. You know, we formed a limited company. It's a real thing. It's a real thing.